guys. All right. I'm assuming I'm on Facebook. It's kind of hard to tell here, so I'm just going to take a quick peek at my phone. There we go. All right, I'm up. So what I'm going to do today, and we'll put this later as a watch party where I can answer questions, but I'm doing this as a Zoom right now, so I don't get too distracted by the chat. So I will come on and do the chat at a watch party probably tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I did a tarot reading last night for the full moon. We've still got that full moon energy, but we've moved into Halloween. It was more of a, connecting with the past, connecting with yourself and discovering what it is you need to let go of. And now that we've moved past that, we are, oops, it says I'm not streaming. Well, let's hope Facebook fixes that. But now we're moving into what do we want to manifest? And this is going to be, okay, I'm not going to stop watching that. I thought that would be helpful. It's not. So I'm going to go through each of the zodiac signs and pull a couple of cards for them. And I even set up a new handy thing so I don't have to hold the card up. So yay. Oh, and I wanted to start with a poem. This is from the Book of Qualities by J. Ruth Gendler. And I'm going to read about wisdom today. Wisdom wears an indigo jacket. She takes long walks in the purple hills at twilight, pausing to meditate at an old temple near the crossroads. She was sick as a young child, so she learned how to be alone with herself at an early age. Wisdom has a quiet mind. She likes to think about the edges where things spill into each other and become their opposites. She knows how to look at things inside and out. Sometimes her eyes go out to the things she is looking at, and sometimes the things she is looking at enters through her eyes. Questions of time, depth, and balance interest her. She is not looking for answers. So we're just going to maybe find a little bit of wisdom today, a little bit of perspective. And I'm going to start just by pulling cards, and we'll start with cards for Aries. So Aries is the first sign. It is a fire sign. These are the rams. They're courageous. They're impulsive. If somebody's an Aries, they usually let you know. Okay, so for Aries, we have, look, a wands. Okay. Let's just see if there's anything else that wants to come out. No, okay, we're just going to leave it like that. So wisdom for Aries right now is the 10 of Wands. See the little thing I made there? I can stick my head out this side and this side. All right, so wands are about fire and passion. They're about creativity, and what an appropriate card for an Aries. So the 10 of Wands, you can sort of see this is reversed. So if you look at the upright energy, the guy is getting stuff done, but the reverse energy, there's a lot going on, and he's a little worn out. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of energy around you, but what is happening here, I put my head out this way, is going to feel a bit like a burden, like it's like you're a little overwhelmed, that you might feel stress from carrying too many burdens. And if you are juggling too many flaming sticks, or if you are doing one too many things, really check in with yourself and decide which ones are worth keeping and what you can do to take care of yourself. You might be spreading yourself too thin. And I'll just pull. That's it. All right. And then the guidance for that is choice. And what this says is that for every action, there is a reaction. Choose wisely. So Aries, choose wisely. What do you want to spend that fiery energy on? What do you need? Where do you need to pull back? Decide what's important. And then the rest of it, perhaps let it go. or put it aside, or better yet, hire somebody to do it. All right, so that's for Aries. Moving on, we're going to go on to Taurus. Now, Taurus is earth energy. Taurus is they're fixed, they're sturdy, they're reliable, they've got that sensual earth energy to them. So the Taurus is the second sign in the zodiac, and for Taurus, there we go. All right. So for Taurus, we have the Page of Swords. Now, swords are air energy. They're about the intellect and they're about the mind. And this is a page. And pages are generally our messengers. They're here to tell us something. And this one has come up reversed. So the Page of Swords is, she's a very shrewd woman. She wields her swords, and in this case, swords are like air and intellect. And you think about, gotta keep moving here, how a sword cutting through air can be just like being really precise with your words. So this one is reversed. So it takes all of that sort of witty, clever communication and messages, and it warns about the danger of that quick wit being turned to gossip, or people not being honest, or people just getting caught up in drama and using words that aren't kind, and it's sometimes it's just easier to, instead of examining what a person is like or what a situation is really like, it's easier to think the worst, to gossip, to be unkind, and that's kind of the lazy way to do it. So this is warning against that energy in your life, and that might be in yourself, and it might be in someone around you. It might be in a situation. It might just be, you get tired at some point this month and you want to take a break. And somebody pisses you off, and it's really tempting to go down that road. So-and-so is such a blah, 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 blah. And, you get a little bit of hit of dopamine when you tell off someone or you gossip about someone. It makes you feel a little bit better, but not for more than a little while. So the guidance around that is going to be, here it is, partnership. So this talks about how the divine speaks to us through people. We are ambassadors of grace for one another. So putting the two of these together, this temptation to use the most basest form of communication to slander, to libel, or just to gossip and to be unkind. If you notice that's around you, if you notice that's something that you're sliding towards because you're tired, you've got all these other things going around, connect with the partnership. And this can be with another person who is like a mentor or someone who is your higher self, or it is whatever you consider your higher power, and whatever that means to you. So be aware of that tendency where you might feel like gossiping. You might be surrounded by people who are petty and gossiping, and take the high road. It might be more difficult to start off, but it'll definitely be easier in the long run, and better for you, and better for your soul and your peace of mind. So that was for Taurus. Moving on to Gemini. I have so many Geminis in my life. So Gemini is an air sign, and these are the twins, and boy, they are of two minds, and they're passionate about both of them. They are witty, they're fun, they're clever, they're chatty, they're just all of the great things. So they're with their air energy. So for Gemini, for November, what do we have? Gemini. Not sure if that was it or not. There it is. Well, okay. 3 of Swords. I don't know if I even really have to explain this one too much. But the Three of Swords it's the card of heartbreak. This is something painful, something ending. And with these endings, it's the Three of Swords is a painful card. And I mean, you can see it's a painful card either way you look at it. And this, you see the guy on top, and he's lying in the pouring rain, and he's really wallowing in whatever it is that's happened to him. It's broken his heart. And it could be unrequited love, it could be relationships, it could be jobs, it could be somebody leaving, it could be arguments, with swords and air and intellect and words. What it also depicts, because you get the upright or the reverse meaning, this is the upright one. It's two different ways to deal with it. And when something painful happens, and when something happens that you kind of wish hadn't happened, or you wish, really wish that didn't happen, really don't like this hurts a lot. The guy on the top, this guy here, he's having a good little wallow, a good little pity party, but it's a temporary thing. It's like feeling your feelings, like Pema Chodron says, lean into the sharp points, lean into the things that hurt, and allow them to run through your body. Allow yourself to experience them instead of stuffing them down and pretending they're not there and numbing them out. The reverse card, if you looked at it the other way, this is a guy that cannot get past whatever happened. This is someone who is just so defined by their pain that they have lost who they are. It's the same situation. The difference in the two sides of it is how to deal with it. So the advice with that card is, when something painful happens, and heartbreak, whatever it is, allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to lean into the part that hurts. If you've ever had a massage where they dig into a trigger point, it is not pleasant when they're digging in, but then it releases. And the only way to get something painful, the emotional pain to go through, is to go through it. If you numb it, or you push it aside, or pretend it isn't there, it's not going to go anywhere. You might bury it for a little while and forget about it, but it will come back up, and it will come back up, and it'll feel like a 2x4 the next time it comes up, and maybe it'll feel like a concrete block the time that it comes up after that. All right, and the guidance card I got to go with that it's called Presence. And it says, bring your mind into the present moment and time. Now is the only place to be. And that's a wonderful way to deal with things that are painful. We want to so often go somewhere else, go live in the past or worry about the future. But if you're in this moment, the moment that's right now, and you're breathing and you're aware of what it feels like to be in your body, you can be fully present for yourself. And again, that is the only way to get through the hardships, the things that are painful, the things that you would rather not deal with. Come into the present moment, even if it's for a breath, even if it's just for an inhale and then you take off again. Just come back, keep coming back to the present moment. And if you need, more exercises with that, there's meditations on this page. I'm actually going to set up a meditation watch party where we just play all the meditations, and you can listen to them and record them, put them wherever you want. But basically, they all kind of do the same thing, is get you in the present moment. And when you're present, when you're not in the future or the past, or checked out or numbing and not fully present for yourself, you're not dealing with what's going on. When you can be in the present moment, you can feel your feelings. You can cope with what it is, and then from that place move on. All right. So that was Gemini. Now we're going on to Cancer. And I have a bunch of Cancers in my life too. So Cancer is the crab. It is a water sign, and they're lovely, nurturing homebodies, And sometimes they've got a little bit of a hard shell where like, yeah, no, don't bug them. Don't bug them. If they get overwhelmed, they tend to kind of disappear into their shell. But their creativity and nurturing when they're comfortable and they're balanced is some of the most lovely energy to be in. So for Cancer, for November, what do we have? And if you're thinking, well, that's not enough, I would like more of a reading. I'll put the links in here. I do just straight up tarot readings. I do intuitive readings and tarot stuff. So I will put this all in the chat afterwards. I thought I might be able to do it as I went along. No, I really do need a second person on these. Okay, so for Cancer, we have the Four of Wands. And this is a card about stability. So the Four of Wands is about homecoming. It's about family. It's about celebrations. So wands are about fire, passion, all of, they're about energy, but the Four of Wands, fours are about stability, like the four legs on a table. So this one is talking about stability and harmony and the endless planes of life. And that's what all those squares are. So this talks about life being a calm pool full of stillness, being steady. This is where projects will come to fruition. Creativity and love are going to blossom. So this talks about good harvests, abundant crops. So this is a lovely card. This is a balance of all the energy around you. All right. And let's just get another guidance card for that. Da, 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 da. Maybe Cancer's been doing very well with the quarantine. The ones that are homebodies anyhow. All right. And then a little bit more direction here. A little more guidance is a direction card. So this says, look for clues. Grace will lead us to the exact events and experiences we need precisely at this time. So I think for Cancer, pay attention that if you don't feel this energy, if you don't feel like everything is, balanced and great and things are working out with relationships and home, then take a look around. You might be missing something. You might be getting signs. There might be directions. There might be really obvious things that you might look back in a year and go, oh, well, that was pretty obvious. But pay attention to your intuition now. And as a Cancer with that watery, intuitive energy, really tap into that and find the guidance and direction that is around you. And know that the potential right now is for this lovely home stability, creative projects and stuff. And if you're not feeling it, start looking for signs. Be open, be present for your intuition. Okay. Now we're moving on to Leo. And one of the things about Leo is there is rarely a Leo in the room that doesn't know that they're a Leo. In fact, I've never come across a Leo who doesn't know they're a Leo and doesn't usually tell you about it within the first couple of minutes of conversation. Oh yeah, I'm a Leo. And how do I know this? Well, I'm a Leo. So this is a card for Leo, the lion, ruled by the sun. We are all that. So we have the fiery, the same element as Aries, but we're just a little more, I don't want to say self-focused, but a little more self-focused, a little less fiery and a little more smoldering. And feel free to disagree with me on that. Okay, so so my entire deck just exploded, and I got all these cards. So we're just gonna figure out which one. Clearly, there's a message for the Leos in the room. All right, here it is. All right, Leos. There we have the Three of Wands. So again, we get fire energy for the Leos. So this is about teamwork. This is about expansion. You see how the three guys have got the wands and then they're moving up. So this is all about working with others. This is about expanding. energies kind of moving up and out. So this is a lot about creative success. This is right now the ability to bring forth new projects, skills, and talents that, you might have been nurturing along for a while, that you might have been, figuring this out and figuring that out. Perhaps you've been puttering away at a creative project for a while. Well, now is the time to bring it forth into the world. You're not doing the world any favors by hiding that talent, that creative project. You're not doing the world any favors by keeping it under your hat. Now it's the time to bring it out. And if you don't bring it out, what happens is, the reverse of this card is that poor upside down guy, and the energy is scattered. It's all over the place and it doesn't work towards anything. So whatever you have, Leo, it is time to show up and bring it to the world. Don't not bring it to the world. All right. And let me just pull. Now, are you curious? The project that I'm bringing to the world? Yeah, I have a whole new thing. All right. And I'll be talking about that later. But so this one's called Comfort. And this is advice for Leos if they're wondering about this creative project and thinking, oh, do I dare? Holy cow, that's crazy. What if people don't like it? What if people don't like me? Well, this says lean back into the arms of grace. Let go and let God. And if the word God doesn't work for you, let go and let the universe, spirit, universal love, whatever it is. But honestly, our creativity, the things that we create are really using ourselves as a conduit. So the more open you are, the more you let yourself get messy, let yourself experiment, try different things, try new things. That opens you up to a flow state that connects you with the divine, however, whatever language you want to use around that. So, open it up, bring it out. Why are you hiding it? Actually, I can't wait to tell you guys about what I've got planned. Anyhow, that's coming up. All right, so moving on from Leo, we go to Virgo. And Virgo is the Virgin. Yes, the Virgin. Had to think about that for a second. But purity, modesty, selectivity. And I think Virgo gets a bit of a bad rap because everybody thinks about Virgo and it's this nitpicky perfectionist. And in the shadow side of it, yeah, I mean that can be a Virgo, but they're also very very humble, and they do show their love by taking care and by doing details. They are an earth sign. Then yes, there's some lovely mother energy there as well. And if you're not a detailed person, get a Virgo in your life. A Virgo living their highest self is one of the kindest, humblest, most helpful people around. All right, so Virgo. There we go. So many wands. Okay, so for Virgo, we have the 10 of Wands. And I guess there's just lots of fire energy going around. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, we've had this. Who else got this card? I've pulled this card. Okay, so anyhow, the 10 of Wands is about creative projects, and it's about juggling the creative projects. You've got 10 different things up in the air, 10 flaming wands up in the air. And when the best example I can think of is I used to work as a waitress, and I think honestly, everybody should have some sort of job in the service industry at some point in their life, so they realize just how hard that work is, and they can appreciate those who make their food, bring their food, those who make their coffee, all of that. But what I would find is that if I had 10 tables, I would get into a groove where I could just get everything done and it was all seamless. I was in the flow. But then I would find if I had 2 tables, I couldn't keep it organized. It was just there wasn't enough to keep me busy. So this is what this card, excuse me, is about. It's about finding the ability to that flow where you can manage a lot of energy. So this is about finding the flow. The danger right now for Virgos is you might realize that you've taken on a bit too much, and the wands or all the things that you have juggling might start falling, and you might start dropping this one and that one. So this is a time to pay attention to commitments you've made, and sorry, what is feeding you, what is taking you out of flow, what is important, and what can you maybe just say bye. Because honestly, as much as you like to please everyone, and as much as you think you should be able to get it all done and do it yourself, Virgo, you really don't have to. So what can you let go of? What can you get somebody else to do? What can you ask for help with? I know, crazy, right? But what can you ask for help with? Let me just see what we have in here. Ba-dum-ba-dum. All right. So the last bit for Virgo is gratitude. Be thankful. A grateful heart is like a magnet drawing towards it a wealth of abundance. So I think the danger this month for you, Virgo, is to get so caught up in the details and what people should do and what you should be doing, and trying to make everything perfect for the upcoming holidays and get everything right, that you're juggling too much, and you forget that really what's important isn't the things, isn't the little things. It isn't if the house is vacuumed, it isn't all the 100 things. If you look at your to-do list, and if one of your kids or one of your family members was sick, or someone really needed you, I mean, that whole list would go out the window. So just think about what it is you're grateful for, what is that it's important for you, and hang on to that. And then from there, decide what you need to do and what you can let go of. All right. So I'm going to pause this one here, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to do Libra through Pisces. I just don't want this one to be too long. So I'm going to pop the links in, see if this one worked too, because I don't know if it's working. And then I will be back in, and I will do Libra to Pisces. All right, friends, hopefully this worked. If not, I will do it again.